Welcome to this short introduction of NightSim, one of 5 tools in the NightStar Suite of development tools. NightSim is our GUI interface into Concurrent's frequency-based scheduler, an executive used to control all cyclic applications. The only thing a user needs to do to make his application eligible to be controlled by NightSim is one line of code, FPS wait. I have a cyclic structure here where I'm doing some kind of work. I include the FPS wait. That's the blocking point that NightSim will control. Various configuration needs to be done. There is an automatic configuration that's acceptable for most simple cases, but depending on how many frequencies you need to support, you may need to adjust the number of cycles per frame and obviously the number of tasks per cycle and frame. The interrupt source is often right from Concurrent's RSIM card, real-time clock and interrupt module. There's a number of real-time clocks, edge-triggered interrupts, and distributed interrupts. In this case, we're going to pick the first available real-time clock, and we can set our clock period to whatever we like. I'm going to pick 1,000 hertz. With the scheduler configured, I'm free to add an application. I'm going to browse and pick my demo application. On these 3 tabs, I can do various configuration about how my process runs. Starting cycle, period, any arguments, how to handle overruns, runtime properties, scheduling class. I'll pick FIFO, an arbitrary high real-time priority. I can give it a CPU list on which it can run. And finally, I/O and debug. Does it need to come up in a debugger? Does it need a supporting external terminal or have input or output to files? Setting those few things, my program is ready to start, and I will do it with the setup key. My program has now run to the FPS wait where it is blocked, waiting for me to take control. I can start my process. We can see it cycling now. I can pause it. I can resume it. I can do all of those things, and I do want it to run while we go look at the Monitor tab where we can keep track of how our process or processes are performing. On this Monitor tab is a default collection of information which I could expand or trim based on my needs. But we're looking at the basics here, my process, some of the things we know, scheduling policy, priority that we've picked, CPU bias. We're seeing some times in microseconds, our average run time, the last time we ran, total time, how many overruns we've generated. So on this page we can basically do some load balancing, see what processes run well with other processes on a given CPU so that everybody gets done in the frame. And when I'm done, I can stop the process and remove it. Everything we do in NightSim can be saved to a script. There's a scripting language that will do everything that I just did, or ultimately everything can be done programmatically. You can write a routine that will create a scheduler, configure it, pick a timing source, start the timing source, etc. That's NightSim.